Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. We're picking up where we left off, where we've been captured and put on this Dark Eldar, I don't know, city? I was going to say ship, but I don't think it's actually a ship. I think it's a city that's in the webway, if I know the lore correctly. Yeah, whatever's going on. We lost our whole party. We were separated from them. We found Iliad and Abelard. Pascal is somewhere. We need to find him. And then the other two, Heinrichs and Cassia, have been captured by an Eldari experimenter of some sort who's wanting to continue experiments on them. So we've sort of been just let free to wander around, but we're expected to go back to the arena to fight in it, to earn prestige or whatever. I don't know what I want to do at this point. I think the goal will be, I want to find Pascal. Yeah, we need to find Pascal in the streets of Camorra, and then eventually we need to help Heinrichs and Cassia. We don't really have a plan for that yet. But I feel like I've already gone everywhere and we didn't find Pascal. So, yeah. If we go to our map, we've got, not trying to see where the different paths go. Oh, I guess that is not a doorway. So we've got to the anatomical opera, which is where the experimenter guy was. The pit. The mangled sector. Yeah. It's just to the experimenter's guy, the anatomical opera, which we just left, or back to the mangled sector, or back to the pit, or go back to the arena. So, were you to the... Yeah, over here, which can get us to the mangled sector, which of course we've explored before, but we can check it out again. That was down here. Oh, hello Pascal. I don't think you've been there the whole time. At least I hope not. If we've just walked past you a bunch, I'd feel bad. The crooked figure wrapped in crimson looks nothing like the Pascal Hahnemann you know. Before his silhouette, hunched though it may have been under the weight of his potentia coil, used to radiate authority and the power of restricted knowledge, now he simply looks broken. His raiment is soiled with dark red bloodstains and black blotches of sacred unguents. His mechadendrites wriggle sluggishly like dying snakes. Pascal does not look at you, for his gaze is focused inside his own body. There is a horrible gaping wound in his chest, and you see glinting, clanging mechanisms squirming within. Pascal has plunged his fingers into the wide, dripping maw of the wound, and is in the process of palpitating his metal innards with great care. Look at him closely. Pascal, can you hear me? What happened to you? Kill Pascal, I will help you. Yikes. You are done for. I'm leaving. Let's just look at him. It is difficult to say if the procedure that Pascal has undergone was torture, sacred augmentation, or vivisection. His flesh is covered in fresh sutures, interspersed with wounds that no one has taken the trouble to stitch up. An ordinary human would have long since bled out, but the Ferrum Sanctum sustains the bodies of the adepts of the machine god. His metallic insides are exposed to the eye in all their vulgar and bloody nakedness. Yeah, the experimenter guy that we talked to, I don't remember his name, but he said that he tried to add some of their tech into Pascal just to see how it would react. So I don't know if Pascal's managed to pull all of that out, or if he's dealing with that as well. Pascal, can you hear me? This statement is true, Ignatius. Pascal looks up at you. His skin has gone yellowish and clammy from the lubricant-like sweat that is something strange, and there's something strange about the pupil of his left eye. You look closer and realize that its shape is no longer round. It is a tridecagon. They replaced the pupil in his left eye. Okay. What happened to you? An act of defilement. This unit was subjected to a profane invasion. The dry words coming from the Vox speaker rustle like sand. Under the cold layer of formality, you sense panic. A xenos touched my ferrum sanctum, removed parts of it, and changed other parts, branded my true flesh with ulcers of forbidden metal. What became of you after our capture? This unit was immobilized, transported to the laboratorium of a xenos with the designation Tervantius the Archmachinator, studied, anatomized. That was the name, Tervantius. His vox begins to vibrate ominously as if he is about to burst into a hysterical scream. Then this unit was changed. Its sacred augmentations were subjected to restructuring, complete replacement, modification. Then this unit received basic medical assistance. Then this unit. The voice from the Vox speaker fades to a whisper. Then he let me go. Where are the others? No data available. Optimistic projection, they're dead. That's the optimistic projection. I guess after what he's been subjected to, you would think that to a lot of people, death is probably better. Is there any way I can help you? This statement is false. The voice from the speaker becomes drier and calmer. The impure augmentations were inserted into the technical cycle of the operation of my true flesh. The direct excision will, with an undetermined yet high degree of probability, cause the cessation of my vital functions. Pascal's fingers widen the edges of the wound. Blood mixes with the sacred unguents, trickles down his wax-like skin. His sunken chest contains more metal than you thought possible. You see the gray tissue of his lungs, pierced by dozens of thin tubes, an unfamiliar organ made of synthetic fiber, imprisoned in a cage of protective rings. The wide cover over his respiratory system that disappears into his trembling larynx. All these augmetics are riddled with small grafts of xenotech, clinging to them like rust. What exactly did they change? Detecting numerous replacements in chain of command distributors, alterations have been made to the operational algorithm of the encoder inside of my cortical augmetic. Pascal now speaks with a complete indifference and calm, as if reading out an inventory of spare parts in a warehouse. The chemical injector analysis has been destabilized. He falters and hints of humanity creep back into his voice. He sounds almost bewildered. There are other changes. I cannot understand what they are, what their function is. Why did they remold you like that? No data available. I hypothesized that the purpose behind these alterations was entertainment, curiosity. He was curious to see what was inside me. Then he remade me to see what I would do next. He wanted to watch me rip his gifts out of myself. We've got purge your body of this corruption at once. That seems like a rough statement given that he's in the process of dying, and ripping out the augmetics without replacements likely would just kill him. If it does not pose an immediate threat to your life, leave the xenometal inside your body for now. We will deal with it later. You must be the one to decide what to do about the abhorrence inside you. Yeah, I think that's the best answer, rather than directing him to purge it immediately or ignore it for now. Just say, you decide. Request denied. This unit's purity and ability to make logically sound decisions have been compromised. Never before have you seen Pascal so lost and helpless. Okay. Then I would say for the time being, we need him helping us. I don't trust what would happen if he tried to purge his body of the corruption at once. So if it does not pose an immediate threat to your life, leave the xenometal inside your body for now. We will deal with it later. Once we get back to the ship, I think that's a perfect time for him to fully re-examine and have other tech priests examine him and work on getting all of his augmetics replaced or repaired. Right now, we need him here. Request denied due to violation of the 9th universal law. The alien mechanism is a perversion of the true path. There's resignation in Pascal's voice. You're a warrior of comprehension. Survive then and comprehend. You are right. You must not carry that putrescence inside of you. Or a heretical option we can't do. I'm going to attempt the 35% persuasion. Where is Cassia when we need her? You are a warrior of comprehension. Survive then and comprehend. Failed. Stubborn fury flares in Pascal's gaze. I am a warrior of comprehension, and I will comprehend whether I survive or not. Pascal sinks his hand into the open wound, crumples the fragile augmetics with his metal fingers, and tears it out. The metal piece drags wires and veins along, causing a torrent of blood to gush forth. His internal motors screech, and a cascade of convulsions buffets his body. The indicators of his potentia coil flash in alarm. His voice trembles with pain. Cleansing process initiated. The process will be completed. Now it is time to focus on regaining our freedom. Or kill Pascal. A cripple will only be a hindrance during the escape. I hope you understand. We're not going to kill Pascal. Now's the time to focus on regaining our freedom. Pascal's knees buckle, but there is steel ringing in his voice. Cleansing process initiated. The process will be completed. This unit is ready to serve. Praise the Omnissiah. Okay, we have found Pascal. I wonder if he is actually worse off, because he doesn't have any sort of effects on him saying that he's suffering from any conditions. Like, we've got... Oh, Flash Steel Discipline. That's actually a good thing. I guess none of us have anything negative. Abelard has this stolen time. That's kind of forgotten about that, but yes. Alright, let's level you up, Pascal. You are now an exemplar as well. The character's first melee attack each round deals additional damage for every cell between the character's current position and the spot where they started their turn. That's tempting, since Pascal is known to be able to move very far. And he usually only gets a single melee action each round. Yeah. I think that's a fine choice. I think for now I'm actually going to go with the calculated relations to help me through our current circumstance, and then next level probably grab the fresh target. So yeah, now we've got persuasion at 80 as opposed to 35, 30, 30. So until we get Cassia back, Pascal will be decent. And I think that was the last thing we had to do before just going back to the arena. We found Pascal. And it's possible there's other things and situations and people around. We've been through here a bunch of times, so I don't know. Hideous mutant does not look as cocky as the last time you met. Armed and not bleeding from 100 wounds, you must be a more formidable sight. How about buying yourself a pair of boots? The beggar shows off his filthy legs and surprisingly decent boots. Your boots. Kill him to end a life as lightless as yours is a laudable deed. Or leave. I mean, I feel a little bad, but he stole my boots. Mechanicum recycling protocols. Good morning. Main pie is full. Yeah, I feel a tiny bit bad, but overall, the beggar is mocking me about the fact that he stole my boots when I'm clearly armed. And he doesn't really have a life, given that he's on a Dark Eldar station as a human, just begging and stealing. So yeah, I'm gonna kill him and take my boots back. The beggar refuses to die easily. He is desperately clinging to his life, choking on his own blood. Eventually, his protracted agony reaches its end. Alright, give me my boots. There are no boots here. It's the sole principle of the matter. Yeah. Like, if he hadn't been mocking me about the fact that he had my boots, maybe it'd be fine. But when he's like, hey, do you want to buy some boots as he's wearing my boots? It's like, come on, man. You're just asking to get killed.
None shall stand in my way.
Let's see, anything new over here? Oh, right, there's all the goods that we were unable to open because we didn't have Pascal. And now Pascal can 100% open them. Nice.
Operation successful.
Reaver's tendons. Tendons enhanced with synthetic thread, 10 times more resilient than regular tissue, and capable of withstanding tremendous strain during flight. While the corpus catches your eye, you manage to cut a synthetic sinew, an expensive augment, out of the Reaver's broken body. Yeah, we've got a task from that Dark Eldar Technomat, or whatever he was called, to find unique body parts that we can give him. So yeah, we're going to go back to all the areas we've been before now that we've got Pascal back, and we can use his tech use to unlock all the things we had to leave behind. That's super good. Alright, let's, I think, go here to the left. We don't need to attack that beggar.
Experience?
And somewhere around here should be the thing that attacked Abelard and stole his life. I'm guessing it's you.
Speak, Elantark.
Actually, can I start the initiative? It's not highlighting that I'm attacking him.
Nothing dares across us.
Oh, goodbye. You look cool. Also, you are surprisingly not burned for someone I just lit on fire. He does have injuries, though. But I probably should have gone with the Melta then, if he wasn't going to light on fire. We'll go there. Irliet. You can be there, I suppose. And maybe... Oh, I can't even get up that close. I was like, maybe I'll put myself there. But I am just not positioned well. Put Abelard back a touch so that he can charge. Never mind, it's going to be able to move up to us. Because it's going first. Pascal. I'll put you over here. Actually, we'll put you in a tiny bit of cover just in case. Call that good. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that's a big hit. Oh, that's a very big hit. So yeah, he's got a fresh injury. He's got the unyielding beacon, so that's good. Devitalized. The creature has minus 50% weapon skill, ballistic skill, agility, toughness, and strength. Yikes. You have a shot on it from here. You do. Very good shot. Let's go with perfect spot.
If I must.
Slice attack. Mark it as prey, of course. Yeah, we'll give a piercing shot. Then see what kind of damage we can do here.
No weakness is hidden from my sight.
Not bad. Then do we claim the bounty or do we set up a attack for next turn? We'll set up an attack for next turn.
I am not your xenos pet monkey.
Now for ourselves... let's move forward. Do I waste a turn just lighting myself on fire? How much can I do with a Melta? Yeah, this is going to take several turns, I think. So let's light ourselves.
Not a problem for me.
Orchestrate flames.
Nothing I can't do. Already done.
Run and gun. We could attempt to light you again, or I could go with Melta because it hits harder. Yeah, let's go with the Melta.
Suits my purposes.
101 damage.
You were blinded by your own misery.
Oh, Abelard's dead. Ooh.
Do I need to do everything
Iliad's
myself?
dead. Why does Pascal not get turns, out of curiosity? Because we're back to our turn again. Well, I could do the desperate measures. Not often we get into desperate measure territory. Actually, this is the same turn. So it has some ability that allowed it to go on my turn. It's still in the middle of Ignatius' turn. That gave it a chance to kill Abelard, move, kill Iliad on my turn. Whenever the enemy attacks the warrior's next melee attack against... oh, this is from Abelard. So these are things we've put onto it. What do you have that gives you... its runes are reduced to 2/3 and 1/3 for the first time. It gains an extra turn and the cooldown of devitalization is reset. Pain Engine heals and gains 10% ballistics, weapon skill, and damage until the end of combat. This bonus stacks. The target suffers a 50% permanent penalty to ballistics, weapon skill, toughness, agility, blah, blah, blah. Yikes. So yeah, the reason Pascal hasn't gone yet is hasn't gotten to his turn. Just this creature has gotten a whole bunch of free turns. This will allow me to take another attack. Until the end of combat, the Archmilitant can make one additional attack each turn, including the one on which... one additional attack on the turn the Desperate Measure was used. The first attack after using this ability each turn afterwards costs 0 AP. Suffers a minus 30 toughness until the end of combat and suffers bleeding. Yeah. Literally being punished for doing well and damaging it significantly. Yep. I dropped it too quickly, and so now it's getting free extra turns.
I'll bring glory to my bloodline.
Alright, Heroic Sacrifice. So we're going to start bleeding, which is fantastic. Let's hit you with another Melta to give you another free turn.
All too easy.
Where you'll hopefully take out Pascal, and not us. Perfect.
Suffering is part of the trial.
Now this is unacceptable.
Alright, Pascal's down. And now it's back to my turn. Where we Melta it a third time. And win. The rest of them were just there to soak up attacks while I won the fight. I think that's the first time we had to do a desperate measure, though. That's crazy. The biomechanical creature is flailing its limbs faintly. Its body is broken and bears the signs of combat, but it seems no one is planning on to repair it. You can see the glistening flesh under its cracked carapace and the bunches of wires that permeate it. The armor plates rise heavily, and the creature emits a wistful, creaking sigh full of regret. You should regret your dumb decisions. The claw of Pascal's mechadendrite clangs loudly. The visor emits a series of clicks, switching the observation spectrum. Pascal's hands automatically reach for the combat tool on his belt, even as his eyes closely watch the dying creature. Let's examine the creature. Every limb of the creature, the hard ones on skeletal paws and the flexible ones on metallic cords, is equipped with a variety of implements similar to surgical tools. The jagged circular saws, twisting drills, and vibrating monoscalpels promise unbearable pain. You can clearly see the inside of the mechanism through the holes in its armor. Its gut can open to drag a hamstrung victim inside. Once the victim finds themselves in the monster's stomach, they will be pierced by injectors that will liquefy them. The substance will then drain to the reservoirs at the tail end of the creature. Address the monster. Can you understand me? Kick the abomination hard. Pascal, would you like to study this device? Finish off the creature or wait for the thing to expire? Let's try talking to it. Why not? Can you understand me? The creature emits a series of wheezing sounds. Was it an answer, moans of agony, or just the normal rumbling of its mechanism? There's no way to tell. It is trying to communicate. What are you? The creature responds with a series of choking and snarling sounds. After a moment, as if realizing that its language is not clear to you, it extends a fighting limb in your direction in a menacing gesture. The message is clear. I am a warrior. I am a killer. This is an engine of pain, Elentok. An executioner created by the depravity of my twisted cousins. Living flesh fused to a mechanism whose sole purpose is to inflict as much pain as it can. Elliot's face is contorted with bitterness and disgust. The Dark Ones are caught in a cycle of torment, desperately seeking pleasure in the suffering of others. This machine is but an instrument of their endless desire, a symbol of what they are willing to do to slake the thirst and fear that consume them. I mean, I don't see a circumstance like, I will not hurt you anymore. It's not like we want it to live. It's a creature designed specifically to cause suffering. Even asking it, what are you? All it says is, I'm a warrior and I'm a killer. Like, why are we trying to be friendly with it? I don't know. I'm just going to end the unusual exchange. Something burst in the creature's gut with a quiet squelch, and a puddle of oily ichor spreads from under its belly. Pascal, would you like to study this device? Request approved. Pascal eagerly unfolds his mechadendrites, and they all rush towards the monster. A shrieking drill cuts into the armor, while a claw hungrily snaps off chunks of the flesh pierced with strands of metal wire. The creature thrashes and wheezes but cannot escape the merciless vivisection. The collected samples are sent to a portable analyzer, and the tech priest visor clicks, recording the procedure in picked images. Pascal suddenly freezes and takes a step back. Process interrupted. An operational collision has been detected. What was this machine built for? Presenting a hypothesis. This construct is a mobile execution chamber. A subject is immobilized by the implants placed inside the construct and subjected to highly painful disposal by chemical injection. The biological remains are preserved in the built-in reservoir of the construct. The initial chemical analysis of the remains yields an abnormal result. The vox emits a clanging metallic note. It is as if the pain of the victims of this machine is dissolved in them. It is circulating in the metal veins of this creature. It can feel everything. The nature of the damage indicates that the unit has been in combat. I hypothesize that its constructor sent it into the arena. Based on its current condition, the result of the combat tests was unsatisfactory. Otherwise, the unit would have been repaired. What made you stop? This unit is under the influence of conflicting impulses. The operational vector of cognition dictates the necessity of studying the subject. The operational vector of obeying the Omnisci and his universal laws dictates the necessity of recoiling from the subject and purifying it. The operational vector of adoration before his might dictates the necessity of reverence for the subject where the natural spirit resides in synthesis with that of the machine. Mend this creature. We are taking it with us. That is an option. So if this thing is this thing more of a perversion than an outrage to you? And then either mend the creature, we're taking it with us. If you think it's alive and it's suffering, you're an explorator, study it before it gives up the ghost, or purge the corruption. Very interesting options. Is this thing more of a perversion? More than a perversion and outrage to you? The categorization. My mouth is not working. Is correct. The object is a perversion and an outrage, one dangerously close to the creation of an anathematized abominable intelligence. But it is also a miracle of his boundless polymorphism. Pascal's voice carries a metallic note. I don't know. Part of me is curious what I miss out on if I don't take it with us. Because this seems like it's a very interesting thing. But it's also just kind of a mindless, not necessarily mindless, but a killer. Like it just violently kills everything around. You can just see the bodies everywhere. It attacked Abelard, it just tore this guy to shreds in front of us. Not like it's actively doing something useful. It's just killing for the joy of killing. I'm going to say study it before it gives up the ghost. Try to learn from it, but we're not keeping it. And then we'll purge it, in my mind at least. You're an explorator, study it before it gives up the ghost. Request approved as doctrinally correct. Pascal leans over the creature, and the drill whirs, sounding shrill and relentless. The tech priest's voice hums with the ice-cold determination of a divine vivisector. Let the cycle be discontinued. Let ignorance be discontinued. Wow. Yeah, so they've got permanent wounds now, broken ribs, crippled leg, and head trauma. Fantastic. The fact we found ourselves in a fight that was basically, to my mind, essentially impossible. Like, there's no way we were supposed to reasonably handle that without injuries. Yeah. So we've got its pain converter that we can take to give to that guy. Life Sunderer. It's a two-handed ranged exotic weapon. Requires strength 60. Yikes. Rate of fire 9. Doesn't seem that impressive, all things considered. It requires strength 60 and it only does 5 to 6 damage. So I'm guessing Toxic Shot is just a single shot for 2 AP. And then Toxic Burst has got to be your 9-shot burst, but still. That is a lot of AP and a lot of strength required for a weapon that I'm not seeing what makes it so good. We'll take it, but I don't think we're going to use it. Force a light carapace. No, that's what I'm wearing. Heavy leather armor. Yeah, I think all of our heavy armor is significantly better than that, so we'll just leave that alone. Yeah, because we don't have any way... Normally we get our wounds healed up by going back to our ship, so I'm not sure how we heal them here. Because surely the game hasn't just forced us into a situation where...
That was barely a challenge.
We have no way of getting our wounds healed until we finally get done with this whole section. So that'd be crazy.
Follow my lead.
Okay. Nothing over here. There was a safe we didn't open. Yeah, over here. So let's check that out. Oh, I guess we can't open it. Maybe we used the demolition charges to open it last time. Or maybe because we walked away, it's now no longer lootable, which would be a shame. We were just over there. Yeah, nothing lootable in this whole area. It's possible I'm misremembering, but I think it's more likely that we walked away and lost our chance, which is a shame because without Pascal, we didn't have much chance of opening any of the loot.